Book Club is one of these movies that has a really broad appeal. I think it can appeal to a lot of audiences, but there are things about it that are really unique for a mainstream film. What, to you, are some of the most interesting elements of the story?
Well,
Diane
for me,
Keaton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, there's that.
There's that, you know. I mean, that's the essence of it as an actor, who you're going to play with, you know. I pursued it. I just kind of stalked the Diane to be in the movie. She didn't know that, but I tried to convince the director to let me do it, you know, because the writing was so good, but also the chance to work with her, you know. So that just from a sort of the selfish thing as an actor, I wanted to have that experience with her, you know, because I knew what it could be.
What to you was like the most interesting, maybe unexpected elements of the story that made you kind of want to be a part of it? Because weren't you
well,
the
I thought
first?
the unexpected element was that your daughters, you know, want to become your mother and take over, and you become the child, and that you just have to go. I thought that that's not usually dealt with very frequently as a theme to someone's story in a movie. So I thought that was really interesting. And then, of course, I loved the fact that I was going to have a romance, and then, of course, the friendship, for sure, friendship.
Yeah, with four
fabulous
incredible women. So you know, obviously, this movie is about a book club.
Yeah.
Which many people are involved in book clubs. Has this ever been an experience you've had? Do you know people in book clubs? What is your take on being in a book club now that you've been in a movie club?
Well, my take is based on being in book club. You know, I have no experience with book clubs. In the movie, it made me feel like you could really form wonderful friendships with very diverse people that wouldn't come your way in a book club if you could find your way to joining one. But
I have situations where I've had, you know, a close-knit group of friends and actors, directors, and writers. And then when you're working on a piece of material and you're working and you're writing, you want to expose it to your friends. They all read it, and then this is your own material, and they all conspire with you, and they come and they give you notes, and they say, you know, what about this one? So that's kind of the closest thing I've come to, is the collaborative process where people, you know, you talk about the material and how to make it better, or what, you know. And so I could see how that energy could be interesting, what people are sharing. But
their experience with the book, you're absolutely right. That's really important.
It's like group therapy.
Yeah, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. You guys had such great scenes together.
We did.
I mean, you did.
They were fun.
I wanted to just do what you guys were doing. It was so fun. What was the most fun scene?
Well, lunch is in half an hour.
Can we find a 1951 airplane in here? What was the most fun day you had together? What was the most fun scene to shoot together, in your opinion?
They were all great to me. I mean, I think the first one, you know, in the plane was probably.
I mean, the physical, I really enjoy
physicality
that.
of
I would
that.
like to do more physical comedy. I've always wanted to do more physical comedy.
Yeah.
And it just, and it was so easy with him. I mean, it couldn't have been better. Because a lot of people are protective of their bodies, but he didn't seem to care that much, flopping around. And there was no real, and Bill, you know, Holderman, he just let us kind of do what we wanted to do. He didn't say, oh, I don't think you should look over in that direction when you're, and be careful, you know. No, it was just like free.
I always talk to Bill about this. When you have writer-directors, you have sort of like a spectrum of two different people. One person is, I am confident in my narrative, in my story. I know you guys are going to explore it and make it better.
Yeah.
You can give me a lot of raw material, play with it, so I get take a lot of stuff with me. And then there's the ones that are very protective of their thing, and there's some always trying to guide you in their preconception of what the scene should be. And if something happens in a spontaneous moment that really makes the scene come alive and better, they'll come in and go, yeah, that was good. Can we do one the way it's written?
He nailed it.
And that's the two. Those are the two. And you
Yeah.
know, no matter how good the exploration was, you know it'll never be in the film. And they never are. It goes back to their preconception.
Yeah.
And it's a disservice because you creating the material
I
continues
think
to live. And Bill is the other way.
He was just fabulous, and I think he knew how to handle the four women.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that's not simple. Do you see? He really was. He was open to trying things. He was open to everybody else's point of view, and he accepted that and he embraced it. So that made for really, I think, a nice movie.
Yeah, it comes alive. It comes alive.
It does. It was great.